welcome back to the match preview of Tottenham Hotspur versus Middlesbrough. FA Cup 5th round, and it's going to be a tough one. Obviously, Spurs are playing away from home, yes. So let's have a look about Middlesbrough, because we don't know too much about Middlesbrough. They're a little bit let's just say under the radar, because they're at the championship league, so it's a little bit under the radar, the team. So let's just have a look about it. Thomas says that we are too confident and play badly. Come on, we got to up the Spurs. We got to back the boys, and Reguilon or Cess. I think Reguilon. Thanks for the third viewer. Comment down below what your name is. Obviously, you might get a shout out at the end. Gabby says Reguilon or Cess. I think for this game, Reguilon should start, because we've given Cess some chances and he's taking his chances. But Reguilon needs to come back and needs to make me improve. Gabby says I feel like the players are gonna think it's easy, kind of like Burnley and underperform. Hopefully not, but you might be right. All right, so Let's have a look about the Premier League Premier League standings right now. So as we can see, Man City are first in the league with 66 points. Liverpool are second with 60. So it's around 3 points difference between them both if Liverpool are able to win their extra game in hand. Chelsea are just coming third with 50 points, but Manchester United are creeping to the third place with 47 points. West Ham are 5th place, in the meantime securing Europa, which that is 45 points they're on. Arsenal and Tottenham are fighting for the fourth place as well. Arsenal are on 45 points, whilst Tottenham Hotspur are on 42. Let's not forget about Wolves, who are just about try and get there as well, which are on 40 points as well. Their record hasn't been too good. It's been a loss, win, and a loss for Wolves. Obviously, we know Tottenham has been a win over Leeds, a 4-0, a loss versus Burnley, the 1-0, a win over Manchester City, and the 2 losses, in the Premier League. So that is how Tottenham are looking. We could potentially get a win to get into 4th place, but we'll have to see. This is talking about the FA Cup right now. So let's have a look at the Championship side. What is going on in the Championship side? Thomas Rothery says, I think we will win, but I hope we don't have another game type game. So I agree. I hope we don't have another game like we did against Burnley, because we underestimated our opponents, and that is not what we should do. We should always try and attack and think that they're another Man City, because you never know, especially in the FA Cup. It's a one game, so any team can really win. So in the Championship, it's a little bit interesting, because we can see how Middlesbrough are 8th in the league, similar position to Tottenham. Sheffield United are just above them by 1 point, and they're on 53 points, Sheffield United, whilst Luton Town's also on 54 points, on 6th place. QPR are 5th place with 56. Blackburn Rovers are on 57 points in 4th place. Huddersfield are 3rd with 59 points. Bournemouth are 2nd with 61 points, but the winners, who are most likely to win the Championship, are on 70 points, and that is Fulham. So Middlesbrough and Tottenham are on similar stats kind of thing. Although their last 5 games have not been have been a little bit better than Tottenham, if we see. Middlesbrough have lost won once, lost once, won and drew. So it's 2 wins. Same as Tottenham. Tottenham have 2 wins. Middlesbrough have lost 2 of their last 5 games, and Tottenham have lost 3 of their last games, whilst Middlesbrough have drawn 1 of their last 5 games. So it's a little interesting fact in between the 2 teams, comparing them before we get into the massive game of the FA Cup. It's a chance to get Europa League, because everyone's fighting for that 4th place, but we can't forget about the Europa League spot, because after all, Europa League is the second of Champions League, and if you don't get into Champions League, you'd like to get into Europa League, and this is a chance to get into Europa League through FA. I think this is how it goes. If you win the FA Cup, you get into Europa League. So I think that will be a good chance. So Yeah, so as we know, Middlesbrough have beaten Manchester United 8-7 on pens, which was a very, very, very bizarre win, because obviously we all thought Manchester United would win. Ronaldo had a couple of misses that here and there, but Middlesbrough overall they played well. Manchester United, who, even though they're not on good form, look at the players that they've been playing with. Middlesbrough have just played against Ronaldo, Sancho, De Gea, informed De Gea, just saying informed De Gea, Harry Maguire, Luke Shaw, all these amazing players, Pogba, Bruno Fernandes, even Rashford. They've been playing against these kind of players, and yet they came with the win. So yeah, Gabby said if we don't get champions, yeah, I don't. Sorry, I don't really know what you think. I definitely think we will get Europa League regardless. Gabby says. Yeah, I agree. I hope. Let's not jinx that. So yeah. So the formation they normally play would be a classic 3-5-2. Which is interesting because we play the exact same formation. Although I don't know if that's exactly how they will play all the time. But if we look at that, if we look at their last game, and their last game was against Barnsley, we can see that their lineup was a 3-5-2. So let me just go through their lineup. I don't really know many players here. So comment down below if you do know any players from here. That will help very much. Gabby says I think Ronaldo is a bit overrated now. He looks like he's struggling to fit in with Manchester United. I think Manchester United are playing different football. That's the thing. I don't think the football of Manchester United suits Cristiano Ronaldo. I think there are many talents in the Manchester United team. Therefore, I think with Cristiano Ronaldo is not really standing out. Like Messi, for example. Messi's playing in PSG, a lot of stars around him, so he doesn't really get to stand out. In Barcelona, Messi did stand out. He was their main man. Everyone knew Messi. Or Barcelona, what the first thing you think of? Messi. Real Madrid, first thing you think of? Ronaldo. But now that they've moved on in their careers, it's interesting to see the how they try to adapt to different teams. Obviously, Messi has been in Barcelona for basically his whole career, but now that he's moved to PSG, it's a different kind of lifestyle. But we're moving off topic right now, so let's get back onto topic. In goal we have excuse me if I don't pronounce the name correctly, Lumley, number one goalkeeper for Middlesbrough. We'll have to see how he does for them. Obviously, just a recap on Middlesbrough. They lost 3-2 to Barnsley, yeah, so yeah, they did lose 3-2 to Barnsley. Barnsley. Barnsley are. I can't pronounce their name. But Barnsley. I'm just gonna say Barnsley are in 22nd place. That is basically relegation. So ain't good. So they're not on the best form currently. But yeah, so Andras Spawner scored in the 61st minute from a penalty, and then Barnsley player scored an own goal. Liam Kitching 90+5 own goal. So yeah, let's look at their lineup. We see that Lumley's in goal. Digstill is in defense number 2. Defy is 6 in the centre back as well. McNair is in the centre back position as well. Right wing back we got Jones. Left wing back we got Taylor. Captain we got Hawson. On the left of Hawson we got Tavernier. On the right we got Lise Silky. 2 strikers we got Sporer and Watmore. Sporer did get his goal against Barnsley to help them kind of get something out of it. At least 2 goals they got out of it. But it's a shame to see them that they actually lose. It's quite good for us that we see that they lose, because it gives us momentum to go into the next match. So yeah, Middlesbrough have some good plays, I can't lie. Theoretically, it should be an easy win. Theoretically, Burnley should have been an easy win. Did not go like that at all. So yeah, so it's an interesting team. I think it's Middlesbrough after all. It's not like Tottenham, where Tottenham are Tottenham, and they are. You got to remember, Tottenham are a much more of a bigger team, a much more experienced team in all competition. They've been playing in Champions League, they've been playing in Europa League, even in Europa Conference League, so they know all these kind of competitions and how to deal with them. So if you look at the Leeds game for Tottenham Hotspur, they started out with a 3-4-2-1. So that's very, very interesting. We see Christian Romero starts. Hugo Lloris starts in goal. Obviously, he had a little bit of and he had a quiet game overall. He had one little mistake. If you want to see our match reaction for the Leeds game, click over here and you'll see it. Yes, so you'll see it afterwards in the video. You'll see it. Click over there and you'll see it. Christian Romero on the right centre back. On the left we got Ben Davies, who did get a yellow card. In the middle is the boss Eric Dyer. Yeah, Matt Doherty did get his first goal and he assisted. What a fabulous goal what a fabulous game he had. And yeah, we should consider maybe starting him for Middlesbrough. What do you guys think? Should we start for Middlesbrough? We got Ryan Sessegnon on the left. Also had a very, very decent game, good game. Yeah, we did our match ratings on it. And yeah, so Harry Winks in the middle, and Pierre-Emile Højbjerg on the right hand side. So Dejan Kulusevski is on the cam position, or more of a right winger. Left winger we do have Heung Son, and up front we've got Harry Kane, the man himself. Unbelievable stats and tons of just good stuff to say to him. Quick thing to tell you guys, if you guys do want to have live updates of all Tottenham Hotspur games, and even if you're not a Tottenham Hotspur fan and you just want to have a good football app, so make sure you guys download the Forza app. It's an unbelievable app, gives you very, very, very unbelievable news, latest news on the all-round Tottenham Hotspur coverage, loads of content always coming out. So click the link in the description. I'll post it after the live, so click the link in the description. You can download it from there, and yeah, let me know if you downloaded it. I want to know how many people have downloaded it. Thomas says Doherty should definitely start over Royale. Emerson hasn't been playing anywhere near expected. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, so let's continue with a little bit of the match preview. And yeah, so okay, so it's going to be a tough game. Obviously, as we said, Spurs are in 7th place and Middlesbrough are in 8th place. They had some interesting players, Middlesbrough, but I see Tottenham have to get the win today. Tomorrow. They have to get the win. Why? Because number one, Antonio Conte wants to win a trophy with Tottenham. He thinks that's one of the most important stuff that Tottenham have been lacking in the past couple of seasons. I think it's important. In my opinion, it's important for us to win the FA Cup. Also because it gives us that cushion saying, okay, we won the FA Cup, we get Europa League spot. So yeah, but in the meantime, I think FA Cup win, that would be amazing against Middlesbrough. So we got a reasonable, easy team, and that could be great. Gabby says Emerson definitely has been underperforming. I agree. He's not been performing well at all, and I think he should do much, much, much better. So my starting XI for Tottenham Hotspur versus Middlesbrough. I think in goal we should have Hugo Lloris. This is not a game where we start, Pierre Golini. I think Hugo Lloris has to start because it's an important game. We can't be slacking. And yeah, so Hugo Lloris captain. Also, you can boss around everyone. Can tell them what to do. Can manage the defense area, because that's going to be a key part. Because we see how Middlesbrough do score a couple of goals. Every game or so. They are very consistent with their goals. If we see in their past couple games that they have had, we can see that they have scored quite a lot of goals. So they have scored 2 goals against Barnsley, 2 goals against West Brom, 1 goal against Bristol, 4 goals against Derby County, 2 goals. So we see they've been scoring quite a lot of goals lately. Obviously, we see they lost to Blackburn Rovers, but you see even the ones that they beat in the FA Cup third round, they beat Mansfield Town. They beat 3-2. That's a lot of goals in the game. So we need to be defensively aware for every opportunity. To if they make an error, we need to go and attack. Thomas says, yeah, it's very competitive. It's going to be a very competitive game, everything. And yeah, Gabby said FA Cup is a very good cup to win. I agree. It's something that Arsenal fans have been banging on about. They've been like, oh yeah, we won FA Cup. What have you guys won? So just to shut them up, we can just win the FA Cup, and yeah, that will definitely help us. Also for the trophy drought, 10 years, 14 years. What I'm talking about, 14 years. Jeez, that's crazy. All right. So Hugo Lloris in goal for us versus Tottenham Hotspur. Gabby says, which Prem team are still left in the FA Cup? In the FA Cup, what Prem team is left? Let me just check. In the FA Cup, I think that there are a couple left. So Manchester United obviously went out. West Ham are still in it. Tottenham are still in it. Crystal Palace are still in it. So I think that's really it. That's really it. I don't think there's any more teams. Yeah, that's it. Man United are not in it. West Ham are in it. Tottenham are in it, and Crystal Palace are in it. So it's gonna be a tough game. Yeah, Man United aren't unbelievable. You see, did you guys watch Chelsea last night? It was a very good game, very entertaining, and we need to be playing like that. 0-0, they play amazing football. They can go long balls if they want. They can come short passes. They can go through balls if they want. They can shoot from long range. I mean, seriously, that's all we really want. We want to be playing good football. I've said this in many, many, many lives. If we lose, honestly, obviously I'm going to be upset, but I don't care if we lose. I care about the performance of the team. If say we play okay, but we still lose, I'm going to be pissed. Like, obviously. But if we win, if we lose, but play amazingly, like Harry Kane, scores a lot of goals. Harry Winks has an amazing game. Emerson has a good game. Dodgy has a good game. Everyone has a good game. Then I'm not going to be upset. Obviously, I'm going to be a little bit upset we lost, but I'm not going to be, miserable and everything, because we did play well at the end of the day. And to go into the next game, we can go into the next game with a good performance. So yeah, love Liverpool for the win. I know. Yeah, I'm happy they won it. Thomas says the best 0-0 draw I've ever seen in a long time. Yeah, it was good. It was a nice game to watch. So yeah, so as I continue to say, Christian Romero in the right centre back position. Dyer in the centre-back position, whilst I think we should give Joe Rodon a chance on the left centre-back position. I think we should give Dyer a little rest, because he's been playing a lot of games recently. I think it's been a bit too much games for him, because he's lacking a little bit of concentrations towards the end of the game. So I think, to sit him out for a game, I think Joe Rodon, I mean, we haven't given him enough game time. I think FA Cup versus Middlesbrough is a perfect opportunity for Joe Rodon to start for Tottenham Hotspur. On the right wing-back, another amazing game he had. I think this is... what do you mean another? It's his first amazing game for Tottenham Hotspur. And I think this is a massive opportunity for him to play Matt Doherty, because, he's a type of player that will do good for one game, but can be terrible in another. Thomas says Dane Scarlett needs some game time too. Yeah, I need some game time sooner. I agree. Yeah, Gabby says, I kind of want Roland to play. Yes, I agree. So, left wing back, Reguilon has to start for me, because he's been out, and I think to get his game fitness back, and to get a little bit more experience, a little bit more experience in the Tottenham Hotspur team. I know he's had a lot, but he's just recovered from COVID. Obviously he's been out of the team for a little while, so we need him to be back, and get another player who could have an amazing game versus Middlesbrough. Obviously playing on the left wing back, right wing back, the defense will probably come forward. Therefore, Tottenham Hotspur can attack on the left wing back, right wing back. But the most important positions in the team are the midfielders, and I'm going for two midfielders. I'm going for Pierre-Emile Højbjerg, and I'm going to go for Harry Winks, because I'll tell you why. Because I think against a team like Middlesbrough, we need some creativeness, and I think Harry Winks can provide us this. The problem with him is that he will struggle, because they're going to be playing three in the midfield, so they'll probably dominate the midfield. But Winks has to be strong, because who are you going to put in? Honestly, who are you going to put in the midfield? We don't have anyone else to put in the midfield. So by putting Harry Winks in the midfield, I think that would be good. Start says sub on Reggie somewhere in the second half. I kind of disagree with you, Thomas. Sorry, but we all have our opinions. And yeah, so Højbjerg and Harry Winks in the middle for me. Obviously the attack has to be Kulusevski, Harry Kane and Heung. I think this is an important game. We could not afford a defeat here at this stage of the FA Cup, because once we beat Middlesbrough, it's going to be even harder game. So it's important to go together and beat Middlesbrough, beat all these teams, so we can get into our tough games. So if we play West Ham, or if we play Crystal Palace, or if we play I don't know, all these other big teams, that we can actually perform. So yes, so that's my starting lineup, my preferred starting lineup. I do want Scarlett to come in. I think if we're 2-0 up in the 60th minute, start bringing Scarlett, because he needs some game time. He's lacking game time, and it's gonna affect on him later on. I think also Alfred Devine should come on, maybe sometime. I would like to see some youngsters come on. Only if we're winning 2-0, because we cannot afford to lose this game. I would like to see maybe a couple of switches. I think Steven Bergwijn does deserve to come on sometime. Maybe instead of Son, to get Son rested for the game, for the next game, for the Everton game we're playing. It's going to be a huge game, Tottenham versus Everton. We will do the match match preview for the Tottenham Hotspur versus Everton. This is going to be a huge game for especially Tottenham and Dele Alli. The relationship between them both, I think it's going to be a huge game. And yes, so we have just done the match preview for Tottenham Hotspur versus Middlesbrough. Let's hope we can get the win. It's going to be a very, very important win for us if we do get it. And after all, we are Tottenham Hotspur. And yeah, Scarlett has a lot of potential. He could replace Kane in a few years, Thomas Rothery says. I agree, he could replace Harry Kane. He has the potential, and hopefully he can do that exactly. Gabby says, I want to see some academy players, but I don't think it's the right time. It's the right game unless we are winning massively. I agree. We have to be winning to be able to afford these youngsters to come in, because you got to remember, they lack experience, and that's one of the things that Antonio Conte does not want. He wants players to lack experience. He doesn't want signing lack experienced players. So yeah, so we'll have to see how the game plans out. My score prediction for Tottenham Hotspur versus Middlesbrough is going to be a 3-0. I think we can get I'm going to go 3-1. I think we can get the win, but because of Middlesbrough's attack, they have been scoring goals lately, and 2 goals against this team, 3 goals against this team, 3-2 against this team, 4-1 against this team. Bro, they've been smashing goals. So hopefully we can get the win. Obviously, we're gonna back the boys forever and ever. So if you guys do want to see our play ratings for the Tottenham Hotspur versus Leeds, check it out. We did a whole live about it. It's 27 minutes long. Come on, just check it out. It's amazing. It's very, very good. And if you're new, subscribe to the channel. It helps with the algorithms. And just subscribe, because if you guys enjoy Tottenham Hotspur content, this is the place you need to be. And yeah, come on, you Spurs.